Yeah, right. And so your latest album, you did all the instruments?
Yeah.
Played them?
Except there's some horns on 2 tracks.
Because you went to Chicago to do that. Did you get American guys in, or did you fly Aussie guys over, or to do those?
No, I got Chicago guys in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Paul Von Mertens and Andy Baker. Paul is Brian Wilson's band leader, so I figured he'd be okay.
Yeah, right.
Him and Andy came in and played on a couple of tracks, and a guy called Ken Champion, also a Chicago local, played some pedal steel.
Okay.
But I did everything else.
So how did you went? I'm interested to know how you went about that. Did you put a guide track down of your guitar and you, and then you go back into the drums, back into the bass, and so on?
So when I was writing the record, I was just in my room at home, and I've got I've got drums and stuff at home. So I sort of had done my own demos, and I demo things to pretty much what you hear on the album is what I demoed. But I'm just not. I just don't consider myself that great of an engineer or a mix engineer. So I basically took my demos over to Chicago, and we just loaded them up in the studio there, and I would just sort of mute certain things and redo them.
Yep.
So I just played the drums along to my demos.
Okay.
And then kind of I was just replacing things essentially.
Yeah.
In the day we sweated out on the streets of a runaway American dream. At night we ride through mansions of glory, suicide machines. Swerve from cages out on Highway 9, chrome wheel fuel injected and stepping out over the line. Whoa, baby, this town strips the bones from your back. It's a death trap, it's a suicide rap. We gotta get out while we're young, 'cause tramps like us, baby, we were born to run.
And so I also did want to ask about your covers. I've got your whole album of covers, is that right?
Yeah.
And how do you go about choosing? I mean, you did a Miley Cyrus cover. Was that because you're a Miley Cyrus fan? Or?
No, that was a sort of unique situation where I did a radio show, and their sort of specific request is, we want you to pick a cover that is as far away as possible.
Right.
So I thought, far away as possible. Well, let's look at the top 10.
Right.
That's about as far away as possible.
Yeah.
From what I do. So I hadn't even heard that song before. I'd heard all the kind of hubbub about the music video, but I'd never listened to the song. But
don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can't live a lie running for my life. I will always want you. I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. Yeah, you wrecked me.
See, at its bare bones, I actually think that's not a bad song.
Totally.
Yeah,
It's great.
Yeah. I was quite surprised. I would never listen to that.
Yeah.
But when you did, I was like, not a bad tune.
It's a nice progression.
Yeah.
It's, the lyrics are pretty good, and it's it's a really well written song. There's a lot of pop music that is, as you say, at its core, it's really great and really well crafted. It's just that then it goes through whatever sort of production aesthetic.
Yeah.
And that's all fine. It's all,
But you've got you're touring at the moment, supporting your solo album.
that's right.
Do you do any something for Kate stuff on the?
No, not if I'm playing solo by myself, just me and this guy, then I'll play whatever pops into my head. But when I go out with my sort of backing band with my solo stuff, then we don't do something for Kate stuff, because something for Kate is me, Clint, and Steph.
Okay.
I feel like it would be disrespectful to them to play our songs with different musicians as
Yeah.
if they could be so kind of easily replaced. So yeah, when I'm with my kind of solo band, it's just stuff off my 2 solo records. And yeah, as I say, if it's me by myself, then it's whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck. I'm sure you don't need it. And thanks for coming in and talking
Thanks
to me,
very
mate.
much. Cheers.
Now if you weren't such a sucker,